I'm going to read this little invocation that I have from Advaita. I love it very much. We worship the Brahman in the lotus of the heart, the undifferentiated, who is adored by Hari, Hara and Brahma, who is attained by the yogis in the depths of their meditation, the shatter of the fear of birth and death, the essence of knowledge and truth, the primal seed of the world. Just let it sink into you. They're so profound words. We worship the Brahman in the lotus of the heart, the undifferentiated, who is adored by Hari, Hara and Brahma, who is attained by the yogis in the depths of their meditation, the shatter, or scatter, I don't know how to pronounce shatter, of the fear of birth and death, the essence of knowledge and truth, the primal seed of the world. This is enough, it's all. So we worship the Brahman. Now always, if you can feel your heart, and just feel this reverence for the absolute, for the reality in your heart. Feel, even if you can feel the praise, the praising. Because one day, when your heart opens, there will come a praising spontaneous. It will come. Because that's the nature of the heart. In the lotus of the heart, the undifferentiated, what is undifferentiated? It is the Puranam, because the moment the absolute takes form of something, it becomes differentiated. It becomes me and you, this and that, right and wrong, good and bad, dogs, toilet paper, bodies, all of it. It's differentiation. It's differentiated into all this. But the undifferentiated, that is the pure presence in the lotus of the heart. It is a pure awareness. The non-conceptual awareness. The awareness that hasn't formed anything yet. And we know as little what awareness is as we know what Brahman is. As we know what the pure mind is. It's something we are. And the moment we pull back and make a distance to it, we have already gone away from it. And that's the only way we can turn it into an object. We had to make distance to it. Object comes from the same word as objection. Something that comes in between. So object is something that comes in between. It disturbs the pure absolute. The undifferentiated, who is adored by Hari, Hara and Brahma. These three are consciousness. And if you read, for instance, the Heart Sutra of Buddha, you will also hear that you had to go beyond consciousness. Consciousness is manifestation. Because it's Hari, Hara and Brahma. Hari is Vishnu, the maintainer of the illusion. And Hara is Shiva, the one that destroys the illusion, that changes the illusion. And Brahma is the creator of the illusion. What is the illusion? It is the forms and names. It is the moment the absolute takes form of something. It explodes in these three, Hari, Hara and Brahma. First, when the absolute, out of spontaneity, out of suchness, manifest as something that can be experienced through the senses and the mind, it is created. Brahma. It seems to linger for a while, Vishnu, the maintainer, and it goes again, Shiva. That is consciousness, these three. And it happens all the time. It goes on and on and on and on, the dance of life. Who is attained by the yogis in the depths of their meditation. So that is a way of saying it, that you directly realize this Brahman, this mind itself, not its forms and its name. Maybe the yogis sit for lives watching this mind and realizing that every experience is empty. All forms and names has no reality in themselves. Of course they have the reality of the Absolute. Everything has the reality of the Absolute, but they don't have a individual reality. Your feelings doesn't have an individual reality. What you take yourself to be doesn't have an individual reality. Nothing here has an individual reality. It's all Brahman. It's all the Absolute. God is what we call God, what we call the pure divine reality, is totally merged in, drowned into his own creation. And he's looking for himself everywhere. Or she. Or that. And whenever somebody wakes up, it's God finding himself in a certain body-mind. In a particular body-mind. Because then he will know, but my God, I am both the giver and the taker. But in another body-mind, he has forgotten that. That he is both the giver and the taker. That's called delusion. The story in that body-mind is so heavy that God cannot know himself in it, or the Absolute cannot realize itself in it. So, when we work here, like we will do today with the shock work, it is simply to get in touch with ghost inside that we are scared of meeting, that we don't want to see as empty. There is ghost that we believe is, oh no, I don't want to face it. I don't want to be with it. And that is because we give it an individual reality it doesn't have. That is ignorance. And the moment you see it, but it has no individual reality as such, then it kind of merges back into source. And you just do that with everything, moment to moment. And you cannot miss one day to see it, but I am the source. Even if it appears as jealousy, as deep pain, as whatever it appears as.